What's up, Magic YouTube? It's your boy, the Big Cat, and it's Christmas Eve, and we're gonna do something a little special. We're gonna open a box each of some of my favorite sets this year, in a big year for Magic. You know, it was the wrap up to the 30th anniversary. It was a wrap up to the big storyline. We'll kind of revisit the year, a year with ups and downs for sure, but you know, getting ready to do this video, one thing I realized was a lot of these boxes still have great cards in them with decent singles. I think you could look back on Magic as having a year where a lot of prices got crushed between Dominaria, which you can see this box was beat up. It was ready to go. So anyways, we're going to fly through this. But looking back at Dominaria, which is a set I really liked. I mean, retro frames, which are kind of played out, but we're going to just fly through these here. Worldly Tutor right off the bat. Awesome. These are little retro frame cards. A set full of great reprints. I mean, Force of Will, oops, all these tutors. You know, I know a lot of prices got lowered, but for kind of a master set, nice Mystic Remora there right off the bat. So again, you can see for a set that got dumped on Amazon this year, and you could pick these up for $86, $90 a box. Royal Assassin, that's nothing. We're just gonna kind of separate our rares there to go through trash and treasure. But I mean, a set full of a bunch of awesome Commander staples, CEDH staples, Mishra's Factory, a little Glory-age. I don't think Glory is worth much there. But yeah, I mean, just started the year off strong. You know, it's wild to me that this set kind of went over so cold. Icy Manipulator down a common. Crawl Space is not bad. Obsessive Search, our first foil. You know, so it's interesting to start the year with a set that looked really pretty, and I mean, had a great feel. Absorb is bad also. But overall, I mean, it's wild to think this set did so weak, especially when you can open Force of Will, and anytime we can open Force of Will, oof. World Gorger Dragon, I believe that's a mythic as well in the retro slot, so pretty dog hit there. That's not a good one, but yeah, Dominaria Remastered, honestly a set I'm stoked they made it with beautiful new art for Jester's Cap. What a throwback there. Cool to see in the year 2023 people rediscovering Jester's Cap for EDH. We'll put that down here. It's not really a hit. Ooh, Enlightened Tutor is, though. We like Enlightened Tutor, Urborg Uprising. So yeah, again, I mean, here you're seeing us go through the set, but a reprint of all the tutors, Force of Will. Ooh, beautiful Overmaster, not very great. But reprinted Goblin Matrons and things, so 2023, also a year that Pauper got shaken up. Ooh, boom, Full Art Wrath of God, very nice. Very nice. So, as you can see, I mean, a set, I don't know, maybe this is very much Boomer Magic, which for me is like, yeah, because these are all my throwbacks. Dodecapod, Crawl Space again, so double Crawl Space, but not bad. Crawl Space has its place. But yeah, again, the year started off strong. You know, this was kind of our set between Brothers War, Fadia Seer, and, oh, Triskelion. Not bad. An extra trike. You know, we were waiting for the finale coming off of Brothers War. We were going to go back to Phyrexia, which we'll get to in a moment. Counterspell, Chainer's Edict, and Arborea. Not bad. Arborea, I don't think it's worth much, though. Triskellion's probably not worth very much either. Another $3, probably $1. Turnabout, Opposition. Not a card we see often. But, again, you know, not a bad set, especially one to see that this was a set this year, looking back, that got Pashalik Mons. Actually got dumped on Amazon. I think for a while you could pick these up for like $86 a box, which is kind of wild. Trifo Clifftop Retreat, nice little retro retreat, not bad again. Set has decent value with how cheap the boxes are. You can get some great staples for low prices this year. Gauntlet of Power, not bad. Mythic. So far our Mythics are kind of a whiff because Gauntlet of Power and World Gorger Dragon are not the heavyweights we're looking for here. We're looking for some Demonic Tutor, Force of Will, you know, some really big high-profile cards. Risk Growth. Urza's Incubator is a very nice one, though. That's another one we're looking for. Very cool retro frame card. Again, hugely popular in Commander. This is almost a Commander set. It was interesting to see what they were testing with calling this. Oops, Spinal Embrace, not much to see there. And these cool full arts, beautiful, beautiful high tide at uncommon. Don't know what that means. long-term for the game. Probably not much, but it is what it is. Beautiful set, though. Kind of a set just showing us where we're at with nostalgia. Wow, Gamble. Gamble's not bad. It's not good, but it's not bad. All right. But again, when you start thinking about $80 for a box, Clifftop Retreat, you know, RAF and Incubator and a couple crawl spaces. It's a couple tutors. I mean, we're not too far away from getting some value out of it. We'll hope for a day when tutors are worth at least stay $5. Solkanar, the Swamp King. Fun to see him reprinted. He also got reprinted in Dominaria just the year before, or Dominaria United. So interesting to see. Gemstone Mine showing up as a rare here. Been seeing a lot of Gemstone Mine lately in product reprinted. It's also in Lord of the Rings this year. Let's see what we got. Another Worldly Tutor, not bad. Finding a ton of those. I think the Tutor's prices have probably stabilized lower, but again, you know, Tutor's always gonna be worth. Ooh, Urza. His price got hit a lot this year, not only from this set, but then also being printed in Commander Masters. So a double print year for Urza, but not bad. Still a potent commander for Commander NC EDH. And I think he still lingers around some other formats occasionally. Savine's Reclamation, not a bad card. Not the hit we want. Ooh, making a mess here. We're being disrespectful. But yeah, I just thought this would be a fun video we could make full of Christmas cheer here on Christmas Eve. Ooh, Foil Enlightened Tutor is a great hit there. We'll be more gentle with that one. And Decimate, which is pretty meh. But yeah, Foil Enlightened Tutor. Enlightened Tutor is a handy card. Artifact or Enchantment is very good. And Elvish Spirit Guide and a Worldly Tutor. Very nice. And a Foil Peregrine Drake. Boy, I wish it wasn't banned and everything. Look at that retro foil with the sparkle. They even brought back the sparkle, guys, for starting the first full year for 2023. We're going to put that Spirit Guide over in the hits pile. They brought back the old frame and the sparkle, and they weren't happy. Nothing could make us happy. Ooh, Full Art Dark Depths. So another nice mythic showing up there. Icy Manipulator Uncommon. But yeah, that's a big one. So, ooh, another Elvish Spirit Guide. I mean, I'm sure those are worth $1 or $2 just because of the EDH potential. You see them on every list. But as you can see, not bad for, you know, our first visitation. Another Gamble. We don't love Gamble, but again, ooh, Foil Frantic Search doesn't hurt. You know, interesting to see. So they sent us in the year just playing on our nostalgia. Oversold Cemetery is a pretty cool card, actually. Black and 1, and at the beginning of your upkeep, if you have 4 or more creature cards in your graveyard, you may return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Yep, okay. So our last couple, we're really looking for a Vampiric or Force or Demonic. Those are kind of the big hits we've yet to see from this set. Lyra Dawnbringer, mythic foil, though. That's a great card. Lyra's really cool. Angels had a pretty good year. There's a new Atrax on the block. Some of the Capenna and Kaldheim Angels got rediscovered. So a nice foil mythic there. Impulse and Rith the Awakener is just fine and dandy. No problems there. All right, so foil mythic at the bottom. It wasn't the foil force, but still pretty saucy. What do we got here? Urza's Blueprints is a big meh. I think people don't even play that in Commander. I don't know what. Let me know if you know where they play Urza's Blueprints. Terror, a Phantom Nishoba is pretty meh. Not bad for your cube, but which this is also a good set. I mean, kind of get a backbone of a cube. Elvish, what do we got? Lieutenant Kurtar. So to do a quick recap there for you guys, I mean, kind of a lot of meh here. We will sort these later. That's what this is for. Some card opening on the holidays while we stay up late. You know, it's one of my favorite things to do is stay up late on Christmas Eve. It's such a quiet night. Like, no one's out. You don't hear, like, cars in the street. None of the dogs are barking. It's just peaceful. But, yeah, let's go through it. So, first set of the year down. And for a box that got dropped on Amazon for 80-some bucks, 90-some bucks. World Gorger Dragon's pretty bad, but a foil Lyra Dawnbringer. We got Elvish Spirit Guide in there as uncommon. Full Art Dark Depths, a Worldly Tutor, a foil Enlightened Tutor, and Urza, another Worldly Tutor, Gemstone Mine, Clifftop. Retreat, I mean, you can see, this isn't too far from just being an $80 pile of cards, I guess. So, maybe the mission is true. What they're setting out to do is just justify the market, and we'll see some price dumps. Just don't get FOMO'd. Anyways, on to box 2. Let's see if it does better. So as 2023 continues, we went to Phyrexia to see what's up on Phyrexia since we last left, where the Mirrodin, Mirrodin lost. The invasion had begun. Elish Norn had just taken over basically in that time. Jace and Vraska got turned to Phyrexians. A bunch of Planeswalkers did. Remember that? It seems almost so trivial now. But Jace and Vraska are Phyrexians and dead. Spoilers. All right, but let's see what's in these set boosters. This is another set that seemed to have held up very well. We'll also be saying goodbye to set boosters and draft boosters as we know them. Art cards, tokens and stuff, a foil, and a Blackleaf Cliff. So just a land, not bad. Nothing too flashy there. This set had a new version of all the traders, which was an interesting thing to see. A ton of reprint stuff. Geth, a bad Geth. So, ooh, Tyrannix Rex. Those are worth a couple bucks right now. Nice little mythic there. That card is actually seeing some play. It's also a dinosaur. They can't be countered and has Trample, Toxic, Ward, and Haste. So, not a bad dino to bring out if you want to win the game. Ossification, so a little uncommon love there. Azuri, not much to say about him. He's not that great. But, yeah, I thought going back to Phyrexia was really cool. I thought this set would hit standard a lot harder than it did. Ooh, the Howling Abomination. So when they started dropping these secret layer, like, Commander reprints in here. Interesting little card. Red Sun's Twilight. So, again, a pretty meh pack. Beautiful swamps, though. Remember these? They did these this year, too. Those dope lands. How cool is that? We've all moved on. They made anime planeswalkers in here. This is also where they subtly started the thing. Ooh, Skrelv. Foil alt art Skrelv on top. So here's a little highlight from this past year. A little Skrelvage. Awesome. Monument to Perfection's a total whiff, but we will absolutely take a foil alt art Skrelv. In a year where all the sets are bad and everything went down, there's sets full of mythics that hold up value. Skrelv's got value. Skrelv's Hive has value. All these, ooh, boom. Wow. Okay. Foil Jinji Ito Elish Norn. So a killer box here with that Skrelv and then a foil Jinji Ito. It's not the textured one, but it is a foil Jinji Ito card, so that's amazing. And then a Phyrexian Vindicator on top, so going off huge right now with this box. And again, yeah, this was a set that I was surprised. I mean, there are strong, cool Magic cards in this set, and it did not seem to do much to hold on to that. So I think we're gonna have to wait. There's our Scamp, White Sun's Twilight, but again, beautiful lands, some really amazing cards. Like, I'm hoping there's an opportunity for some of this to get rediscovered as we go down the road and venture on past Ixalan. A nice foil of one of those alt lands. Like, happy to see that. Poison returned to the game. We didn't even freak out that much. Toxic is still around, but yeah, not much there. Urtet, though, little mythic. Remember when he was the big hype? Remember that this year? That's what's fun about this video. We're just, like, taking a walk down memory lane through the year of Magic. Remember when there was all that Urtet hype and he was going for so much money as a pre-order? Norn's Wellspring is nothing. He was going for so much money as a pre-order card. I don't know if you guys remember, but it was like a $15 pre-order for like full art, or I think not even full art. I think this art Urtet. Dromar's Cavern on the list slot. Boy, it's going to be so interesting going into 2024. Booster boxes are merging, and I don't know what that means exactly for the list, for the future of art cards. Just when I finally got my act together and started sorting my art cards this year, they decided to stop them, which is fine. We need to catch up. Basilica Shepherd. Ooh, there we go. Sulfim. Sulfim, I think, is about $13 right now at time of filming. So he held up. If a source would deal non-combat damage, it deals double. I mean, this guy's a classic right now in Commander. He's got so much interaction. Yeah, he's a 5/4. You can make him indestructible pretty easily. Like, he's great. So, again, another set where you go back and it's like, I think if you took the narrative or the story right now. Ooh, here's another one of those secret layer cards. Marika, Brutal Gladiator. She's very fun. Looked at her list quite a few times just to see that cool sort of aggro playstyle. Luca, Bound to Ruin. Not bad. I don't think he's worth much at all in this set. There's a lot of Planeswalkers in this set. I think only really Jace and Vraska have held any value. The Wanderer from this set, I think, sees some play as well in Commander. But yeah, Luca came back and didn't mean really anything, so we're going to put him over in our whiff pile, even though that's probably our first mythic that's truly a whiff. Otherwise, we've been doing pretty well. And like I said, this is a set that is loaded with, like, really valuable mythics. Like, I mean, I don't know what that Junji Ito Elish Norn is worth right now, but around launch, it was $100. I bet it's probably still $50, maybe. I mean, Elish Norn's pretty good, and that's a special version. Man, we got the foil that and the Scrove, huh? So we're doing pretty good on this box. I mean, the other big things you're looking for is there are, I think they're only collector's boosters, but concept Praetors. And this set also in the collectors had, I think the Mycosynth Gardens might be worth a little bit. It's got a fun little trick. We'll put that over in the not really worth it pile. We're just doing a quick retrospective. We'll save the marquee cards and the flashy bombs. Boy, another one of those secret layer slot commanders. They just couldn't get rid of those fast enough, could they? Crewmonix, the Rat King. Boy, in a year of rats. I think Crewmonix went on to still helm some decks in Commander. I'm not sure, but I bet he had to go on to do something with all those rats from Eldraine. Which Eldraine was so close to getting in this video, but I just, no matter how I spun it, I couldn't honestly tell you guys it was one of my favorite sets. The Monumental Facade is meaningless. Copperline Gorge in full art, though, is nice. You know, as much as I love that we went back to Eldraine, and as much as I still think that's a great set, and I can't wait to see Standard move forward and, like, adopt that set more, Slow Bad does not matter. I just, you know, it's got some sweet cards, don't get me wrong, with Virtues and everything. I just think it was a little bit flat, especially compared to the last set we'll get to, which is the most recent set of the year that kind of took me by surprise. I should have known better, but I think that Spinoderm is not the one we're looking for. Let's see if we can get a Mondrak in here. We got the Elish Norn. Mondrak's the other half of this puzzle, and if we pull a Mondrak, we're cruising. Beautiful Crawling Chorus, that foil art. What an iconic card. Unctus, Grand Metatect, I think he is also not worth much. And you can see this was kind of around the time of the year I think we were really starting to feel the fatigue on card versions. You'll especially see that when we get to our next product. Ooh, Skrelv's Hive, that is a nice hit. A little white Bitter Blossom, a little Scare Blossom, as I think it went on to lovingly be known as. Yeah, all in all, that's what kind of took. Ooh, what a box. Oh my god. I hope you guys are loving this. Foil Phyrexian Vraska. Ooh. Wow. So we're doing great. And a Mercurial Spelldancer. Not bad. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, now that's some of the big ones. The other big cards in the set right now are Mondrak. Because Elish Norn and Vraska, and those are two of their better finishes aside from, again, when we get to this next thing, we're going to open some Oil Slick cards. Archaeomancer's Map on the list. Search your library for up to 2 planes, reveal and put them in your hand whenever a land enters battlefield if that player controls more lands. Huh. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's kind of this retake on, that's not a bad list card at all. We'll take that. Koth. See, again, full of Planeswalkers that you even forgot. Who remembers? They made a Koth card this year. Koth. I always feel like Koth is the best Planeswalker that we, like, forget about in the set he comes out in. Like, he comes out, people are like, oh, this card's real, and then it's not. Planar Disruption and foil, but a Kato. And this Kato is not bad. He sees a little play here and there. I see him on lists occasionally, like a one of or in a sideboard. So, you know, he's still probably not worth much. But again, if we're going by our strictly what it's worth pile, I think we might be in for another box that's pretty good for what you can buy these retail today. So maybe some of the market forces work. Razorverge Thicket is not bad. We'll always take a land. All right, 6 more packs. Boy, if we hit it one more big mythic, we're going to be hooting and hollering. Oh, boom. Sword of Feast and Famine. Let's go. Wow. So, Yeah, that's great. This is my favorite sword. What a treat this experiment is. Conduit of Worlds. Starting to see if this actually worth a few dollars. That people are finally coming around on it. It's another Crucible of Worlds. It's in green. I think you could do great stuff with like Gitrog and things like that with this. Yeah, so anyways, Conduit of Worlds. After we rip a Sword of Feast and Famine, let's go. Love Feast and Famine. Love, love, love. So what a product again. You know, we're coming back. We're looking at 2023. Dribnod, nice. One of the other Dominuses. We will take it. You know, it's a year where we could be like, oh, Magic's doomed. It's over. Sorcery's here. Even Pokemon's down. Like everything's done. It's doom and gloom. But I mean, we're 2 products in, and like we've opened some great cards. We got Worldly Tutors. We got Skrelv. We got Soulless Jailer. Who cares? Actually, I see him from time to time too. If you need to shut down graveyard mechanics, what a great graveyard hate card. So again, you know, if we took the feelings and what everyone was saying about Magic this year, it'd be terrible. We would be scared at home and like, what's going on? And here we are on Christmas Eve, just remembering some of our favorite products and seeing how good it's been. And we got plenty to go. Dragon Wing Glider is good and limited from what I hear. Beautiful. Look at that foil. Look at that. All right. All righty, kiddos. We're about to the halfway mark. We're making good time, too. We're opening a lot of cards here, so I hope you guys enjoy this. Follow the Thran, too. Another rare in our list slot, so a nice little farewell to the list. Some fun cards there. Archfiend of Dross. You know, this guy saw some play. And then there's that Ohari, a little mythic. I don't think those are worth much, but let's get to the last pack, and then we'll recap this set as well. But I think we are fairly pleased. Ooh, Phyrexian Vault. Boy, what a throwback there. Sack a creature, draw a card. You know, I'm not sure. I'm sure the right deck wants this, and then what a throwback. I still think I have a Phyrexian Vault lying around from when I bought Mirage packs with my allowance as a kid. Glissa. You know what? People are coming around on Glissa, too. She's a good elf. We see her in some lists. And a nice Seachrome Coast. So, to go, there we go. So, that was kind of to bring you guys into February of last year. We spent Valentine's Day with Elish Norn. You can go see it on the channel. And, yeah, boom. There we go. We got more rares over there. But our good stuff pile. A little Glissa, Seachrome Coast, but we got a Dominus. We pulled a Sword of Feast and Famine. Another land, a foil Phyrexian Vraska that looks beautiful. Great condition. So sick. Skrelv's Hive, great card. A full like Copperline Gorge. A couple of these Secret Lair guys, whatever, but Solthim, he's nice. Urtet, who's not worth probably much anymore, but was so hyped. Phyrexian Vindicator, they tried to do Negator again. Didn't quite happen, but who knows? We'll see where we end up with white in another year or two in Standard. And some big bombs there. So a great set booster box for us with Phyrexia. All will be one. We got Mom, Elish Norn, Mother of Machines, Foil Vraska, Skrelv, and even a Tyranax Rex. So another very nice box for Magic for 2023. And now we'll put these aside and we'll get to our next one. And this is going to be where it's kind of fun. We're not done with Phyrexia just yet because last year was the year they tried to do something very special for us going back. And I'm not sure who bought these, but let's go down memory lane with the Complete Edition bundle. Now, this one's got a jacked up tag, so that's why we want to get rid of it. It's not going to be authentic anymore. And also, this was that product that, if you were online at the right time, Amazon accidentally fulfilled for $43. And these go for a little upwards of $100 right now. So if you were one of the lucky few out there at the right time, you actually got to buy these for $43. And let's go through what was probably the best $43 worth of Magic you could buy. Beautiful box here, these Phyrexian boxes. I mean, look at that. It looks great. All kinds of different foil treatment there. So, quality stuff. This is still when they did all these inserts with these tokens. Great art on these poison tokens. Some cool, you know, just a cool thing to have. Again, your classic kind of fat pack booster bundle box, gift box thing. They changed these. But you got a nice brick of those Phyrexian lands in here. You also got a Phyrexian Arena. So, a bunch of great lands. A beautiful Phyrexian Arena, which I know is getting out of vogue. People don't play it as much in Commander, but... And then, you got 12 more of those set boosters. So remember that box I just opened there that you can get for about $100? Well, you can get about a little over a third of that box. Or is it a third? You get 10 of them? 6, let's see, 3, 6, 12. So you get over a third of a set booster box. And this was like for $40. Now, for $100, it's a little sketchy, but we'll get to what's inside of this at the end here. So yeah, we're gonna open some more set boosters and see how we do. But again, remember, you could have gotten this for $30 or $40. So Thrun, kind of a dog at the beginning there, nothing good. But set boosters, so you never know. The list is in here, so we'll see what we get. Art card on top. The order's actually reversed in these ones. Ikermoon Gauntlet, which was a fun card, but didn't do quite much this year, and a foil. And a Shatterstorm, but just a whole lot of nothing in that one. But yeah, again, I mean, these Phyrexia all will be one set boosters. Strong stuff. Strong stuff. Cool lands. That foil. Meaglaws, so we're really getting a dog of boosters here. And I do want to say that that's what I remember from opening a couple of these complete bundles was the set booster boxes blew them away, and then when you'd open the set boosters in here, it made them seem terrible, but we'll never know. Glissa. So, yeah, but with Glissa being our strong card right now, we're going to be set up for disappointment. So, let's see. Hopefully it turns it around. Vivisection Evangelist and an Argentum Masticore. Man, they even reprinted a card that referenced Masticore. Ooh, there we go, though. A Johnny, Strength of the Pride. So, Mythic in our list slot, giving us some tiny, tiny bit of hope. But so far, this is bad. But, again, like I said, wait till we get to this complete edition thing in the back. Very cool art, though. Look at that. Nahiri, she got morphed into a Phyrexian. Malcator, Purity Overseer, and a Kato anime card. Again, kind of cool, but still, those are all whiffs. And a set with really the money is in the mythics, and there's quite a few that hold it up. We're doing pretty poor here. Let's see. Ooh, Vindictive Flamestoker. So far, good we open this complete bundle because it's terrible. We'll see what happens to us. You never know, though. One big great card, and we turned around Urtet and White Sun's Twilight. So, pretty bad. Pretty weak so far. But we'll find out. We got 4 more, so I can turn it around with 1 or 2 packs. Again, getting these for $40 is the changer, because for $100 we'd be sad. Vindicator, I think, is like not worth anything right now. I could be wrong, but I just think it never found a home. I think that card like absolutely didn't take off. Aside from Elish Norn, Mondrak, and Nebraska, the other big hit is like Venerator Rot Priest, the Skrelv cards. Jace, just this week is starting to shoot up. Beautiful art representing Jace the Mind Sculptor, the Perfected Mind. Beautiful art. Graz, the Unstoppable. People have tried to play that. Little foil Graz. What a dog. There's so many available that he's worth nothing. So is Blackcleave Cliffs. We got a little land. I know we were counting those in our last box, so we'll count it, but not much. So some very bad set boosters in our complete bundle here. Kind of taking the wind out of our sails after a couple really strong boxes. Ooh, boy. Not good. Look at that. $2 rares, if that. Bulk is what we call that. Rhea Ivor is a bulk. So this is going to be a real whiff of a whole box here. Or at least these 12. Thrumming Bird. What do we got? Conduit of Worlds. Yeah, so this was a really weak set of 12 set boosters. Force of Vigor. That's not bad. But as you can see, we'd be way behind if we'd have bought those as set boosters. But let's get to this. This is what we all came for, the complete edition pack. This actually has those oil slicks. Remember those guys? Oil slick was this here too. So you get these gorgeous oil slick lands, which go for a few dollars a piece. You actually get 2 of each. And again, look at those. These are amazing. Textured. I mean, this is one of the nicest things they've ever done to a card. And here we go. Slowly, we see some white peeking out, so we're getting excited because it could be Mondrak or it could be Elish Norn, and those are the big hits. And Phyrexian Vindicator, not the one we want, but Mondrak. Boom. Let's go. Beautiful. So alone for the Amazon honored price of around 43 bucks, we basically covered off of just that Mondrag. Look at that card. Ooh, that's wild. So very nice little trip back to Phyrexia there, because we just got hit on with some more of those oil slick cards, and we moved our oil slick earlier in the year when they were still fetching a lot, knowing that with that many printings of Shehel Druid and Elish Norn running around, they couldn't last for long, so we kind of lucked out and got out on time on those. All right, so we're through February last year. We did it. March of the Machine comes out. You'll notice we're not going to open that, or March of the Machine Aftermath. Didn't much care for those. I mean, I think now that we've done War of the Spark and we've done March of the Machine, I think these giant like Avenger sets where they're trying to do their own Aftermath and Endgame and everything, it just is not, it doesn't work for you, Magic. Like, you're starting to sell us more, I think, on spending less time on certain planes and just leaving the meta narrative to suggestion. But, you know, I like the lore, but maybe we just need some intimate moments and short stories, but not to make like every set a part of like an IP as far as like a meta narrative plot. Just suggest it. Make it about the cards. Make it about the plane. Anyhow, where we go next? Lord of the Rings. Just I think when we thought, Universes Beyond was going to be really bad, they released one of the coolest sets in a very long time. I think this Lord of the Rings set will just be remembered as something beautiful and special for a very long time. I mean, there's amazing cards. We can open something absolutely superb right here. So we'll start with this, and we'll see how we do. Ooh, let's be gentle here, because you can really open something special out of these. Ooh, let's try to be gentle and just, there we go. See what we've got. And Castle Ardenvale. So not one of the highest end ones, but you can find all sorts of wild, wonderful cards there. And again, every treatment in this set is so cool. Sorry for the glare, but we're going to fly through some more set boosters here. Again, it's kind of our farewell to 2023 set boosters as we knew them. And just about everything else, it's all changing. You always get your nice little flashy card on the top there. Display of Power is not meaning much to us, so we'll put that in our dog pile. We got a little dog pile. But as you can see, I mean, cracking boxes last year, interesting. Yawgmoth's Agenda from the list slot. Very interesting card. Have not played that in a while. Ooh, and a foil full art Witch King of Angmar, which last I looked, this was, you know, $30 card probably. So we'll have to check, but we'll consider that a hit. That's really, really cool card. One of my favorites from the set. Wish I had more reason to play it in a deck, but it's so beautiful. Rivendell, very nice. So Rivendell, you can just go over here, which, you know, aside from, oh gosh, what was I going to call it? Minister. Doesn't seem like many of those lands saw play, but again, some amazing additions to Commander in this set. I mean, the One Ring has gone on to like redefine, I feel like the, and again, you got these beautiful full art cards. They made these murals. They really did an amazing job with this set. We could all be as cynical as we want. And I think the quickness and the overhype of the One Ring itself being $2 million or what have you, that happened this year too. Gosh, you feel old yet? I think overall, this was a good product. Like, this was bringing Lord of the Rings officially into Magic in such the right way. Boy, the list is coming off. Order of Yawgmoth, Samwise, and a Merry Esquire of Rohan. So not everything amazing, but Mirkwood Bats, like, people really like that card. Like, there's a common in this set that sees playing Commander. There's cards in this that wandered over to Pauper. This set, like, being Modern Legal, we were all like, what? It's going to be Modern Legal? And it's been such an awesome thing. Foil Rivendell there. Probably not worth much, but Glamdring, we'll put that in our hits pile. Not bad. It's probably worth $1 or $2. You know, and it's funny because they even released that Christmas set, and, you know, prices were overinflated, but now that they're like normal and you can get a box of this for a decent price, like, this really is a good product to buy. Last March of the Ants, I think that's a beautiful card. I think we'll see more adoption of this in Commander going forward. I think there could even be a silly green deck that plays this in Modern at some point. Not tier 1, but Modern playable. I mean, I could see ways that you sneak out some sort of silly Crater Hoofage with that, or draw cards. Like, yeah, there's a way to abuse that last March of the Ants, and it can't be countered for 8 in green. Come on, we can get there. If no one's gonna do it, I'll do it myself. Prince. So one of those Rangers of Illithid. Ooh, but a full art Minas Tirith. We really like seeing that. We needed that. We needed that for our mural, because we're trying to put all those murals together. And Minas Tirith is also a great land. It's white card draw, which would get some more boons this year as well. But yeah, again, I mean, amazing cards in this set. Ooh, Balance of Power. Nasty End in foil. Storm of Saruman. That's another mythic there. I don't know how much that's worth. It's an enchantment. Whenever you cast, it's probably not worth very much as a mythic. That's probably a whiff, but we'll just put it over here to see. But again, I mean, a beautiful set, really cool use of Universes Beyond. They did some other Universes Beyond, but I will say Doctor Who did not grab me the same way I think Lord of the Rings was a much better fit. Gets Grimoire there, Eowyn, and a Galadriel, so not much going on in that pack. But yeah, I mean, again, you got the One Ring, Delighted Halfling, and Orcish Bowmasters. I mean, those are 3 of the bigger cards this year, I feel like, for Magic. I even think Call of the Ring is like such a cool card. Frodo, Sauron's Bane coming in here, so hitting heavy on the rares. Yeah, again, some beautiful arts. The holiday set scared us all, but didn't kill it. And again, another reason to look back and be like, I don't know if we can quite raise the flag yet. The Magic's dead. Moria Marauder, a goblin. You know, they've been slowly peppering in goblins throughout the year. And I'm like, when does the goblin deck hit? You know, what set's got the amazing goblins to bring goblins into the standard as a deck? Orcish Bowmasters, boom. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, the card's going for $30, $40 right now. So, again, such a strong set to open. I mean, we pull a One Ring, we pull a Delighted Halfling or 2. We're in a great spot. So, Golem in foil, Fangorn, doesn't matter much. Oop, oopsie. Get a little messy here. Let's move all that bulk out of the way. That's for some nice winter vacation from work card sorting afternoons, right? That's why we're doing this for you guys. So thank you for joining me. And if you've made it this far on this retrospective of cards from this year, it's been just kind of fun to see what came out. Sauron's Ransom does not matter. You know, but these beautiful Universes Beyond lands too, like this set is awesome. Hats off. Like, I was getting skeptical of Universes Beyond, especially with this release, but they nailed it. Like, they really made a great set for Commander, for Modern. Like, what an amazing thing to do. And things didn't get too out of hand, even with that $2 million card hanging out there. Tom Bombadil hanging out. That's who's hanging out. Tom Bombadil. Remember when he was worth a few bucks, kids? He's $1 now, but he was worth a few dollars when this set was first previewed. Everybody thought, oh, here's the 5-color God for the God Commander deck, the Saga Commander. And I think old Tom is bulk at this point, but he was hyped. Before we knew that ooh, there's the ring token. Another foil Call of the Ring. I think we've opened 2 of those in the same box, which is kind of wild. Smeagol. But, yeah, again, just some amazing cards, art. Like, this set really did some special things. You know, the return of serialized cards after Brothers War. Yeah, nothing too much in that one. Double rares of nothing. Mine's a Moria. Okay. Well, we got about a third of the box left, so let's hope for another big hit. Let's hope for a One Ring. That's the way to recap last year, right? As we see the One Ring. There's a list slot of a little Phyrexian. They really brought back a lot of cards from that era. Lobelia, I thought she would see more play. She seemed pretty hype. She seemed like a good card like Orcish Bowmasters to flash in and, you know, mess with your opponent. But I think it's Orcish Bowmasters all day. Like, I think Bowmasters is one of the most discuss cards, like its implication and like how good it truly is. And the Battle of Bywater, I don't even remember that card. It's so funny to go back and do this too, because it's like just seeing what we remember now, like what, you know, what was hype when we first saw these and what stayed true. Elven Chorus is not the card we're looking for, nor is Ring Wraiths. Oh, that's right. We have not been checking our uncommon slot for Nazgul, so that's kind of a whiff on us. We'll have to keep an eye out now. I remember opening these before and only finding like one in a box. But yeah, several dollar uncommon. So the game, you know, the game is dead if you ask everybody, but there's multiple sets this year that had like several dollar uncommons. As you can see, you can buy boxes, but almost EV on like decent pulls. There's still a pretty healthy singles market. Yep, Fall of Care Andros, so a bunch of nothing here. We're really looking for something special to show up. Otherwise, this isn't even the best box, but it is taking me to a nostalgic place. Some fond memories of opening these. Surrounded by Orcs. Boromir, you know, he was worth a few dollars for a while. I don't know what happened to him. Ooh, full art Orcish Bowmasters. So 2 Bowmasters on the box. That's pretty nice with a Boromir. We'll let Boromir slide in there. Beautiful art, too. Look at that. Look at that. Original Lord of the Rings art. Before the game. Like, so cool. Treasure. Glorfindel, the Balrog. Didn't really matter too much. I would have loved to see the Balrog be a more important, powerful card. Durin's Bane or Balrog and make, like, demons or Balrogs a tribe. That would have been so great. Ooh, another Minas Tirith. So we're getting some cards we wanted to see, honestly. Minas Tirith is a solid land. It was going for quite a few when the set first came out, but I think it's mellowed out. But still, it's a white card draw, which is easy to activate. So not a bad legendary. And it's a legendary for decks that care about that. Okay, so here we go. We've gotten 2 Bowmasters. We're a ring away from really having the box pay for itself. But these boxes, their prices have held on. I mean, they're not doing too bad. Nothing, I think, is what pre-order hype was for anything this year. But again, don't get got on pre-order hype. 1 ring to rule them all. And, okay, so we got 3 left. Lotho, very nice. Lotho's on all kinds of lists. I'm seeing him a ton in CEDH lists lately. You know, it is a way to make treasures off of something your opponent does, and he's early and cheap. So, and he's black-white, which sees a fair bit of play in CEDH lists since they're all multicolored and play Esper Control backdoor wins with Thassa's Oracle. That's what 2023 is really about. Okay, boom. We got an art card. We got a token. We got a Troll of Khazad-dûm. We got a Gimli. We got a Sauron in the full art. Not bad, not bad. That's worth a couple bucks, probably. Sauron's cool. This was that cool Elvish Ringed Frame. Okay, you can see we're going fast. Well, we got one more box to get to. We're going to close out the year, but this was our summer. Lord of the Rings. Avenger of Zendikar. Hey, not bad there. I don't know what those go for these days, but still a combo piece. In my book, Generous Ent and a King of Oathbreakers. Doesn't matter, but there's a Sauron, Lord of the Rings. That's the mythic. Ooh, and there's a Nazgul. So, not a bad pack at the end there. I don't know if this one quite held its weight, but let's go back and see. No 1 ring, unfortunately, but we did open enough of those when we did our openings. But a couple Sauron. I think Nazguls are still worth a few bucks, between $5 and $10. Minas Tirith is a few bucks. Orcish Bowmasters, 30, 40, and we opened 2 of those. Let's go. So that and a full art Witch King of Angmar, not bad. So yeah, another cool trip down Magic Memory Lane there. We'll put those with our bulk rares. Get this ready to sort. Again, it'll be a fun day of sorting tomorrow when we chill for the Christmas holiday with a few days off of work. But now we are on to our next part of our adventure here, the very last of my favorite sets of 2023. This last set caught me by surprise. The rest of them, we had so much time, so much hype on. I even paid way more attention to Eldraine. But really, it was this set that closes out Magic in 2023 and is full of awesome cards. Standard is changing. Modern's already had a card ban from it. This set's only been out for 2 months, maybe, and it's shaking things up and promises to be a pretty bright future, especially as we move away from even having set boosters and draft boosters. You know, next year's a big year, and Hasbro just let go of a bunch of people after Magic still had a really good year, and that kind of puts a weird taste in a lot of people's mouths that Magic itself sold a lot of cards, but there was negativity and the stock went bad, and so a lot of people got fired. But that is to say, again, we're looking back, and was it a bad year for Magic? I mean, Phyrexia, Dominaria Remastered, Lord of the Rings, and Lost Caverns of Ixalan. Those are awesome sets, and those all came out this year, and maybe somewhere that's where the answer lies, because those all came out this year. They were all awesome, and there was even sets. Ooh, Arcane Signet, not the biggest deal, but still pretty cool. We like Arcane Signet. It sees a ton of play, and there's a cool new art of it. But, you know, it's a year where you can open Mana Crypt. It's a year where you can open Force of Will. It's a year where box prices, if you wait, are cheap and readily available. And I think about some of the alternatives. Foil a Braid, not bad. I think about some of the alternatives and what that could mean, and I would just like to think a little Restless Prairie, Manland, not worth much, that hopefully we find ourselves looking at some positivity next year, not even just from, oh, I hope box prices rise. You know, I just hope Magic does well. I think with some of the things they've said they need to do, they're understanding that they cannot push the game like they did somewhat last year. I don't know that that's worth very much. Beautiful lands too. Look at those. Ending the year with something gorgeous. Look at that. I just hope they realize they can't push the game as much as they did. But if last year was the 30th year, and follow me out, this might be the most conspiratorial thinking you'll hear on this channel. Rust Monster, little D&D reprint. If last year was the 30th anniversary, and what they wanted to do is reset a few things. Thousand Moons Smithy, I don't think that's worth much of anything. Card prices, you know, reprint a ton of stuff from Shocklands into Ravnica for next year to Force of Will, and kind of hit a reset button on a bunch of pricing. Change what's readily available in a lot of markets, like with Commander Masters, with Dominaria Remastered, like, you know, really fundamentally change like what availability means right now for certain cards in the game. Palani's Hatcher, I don't think she's worth very much. Beautiful Forest. You know, they could have done it, because it's not like it's all worthless. It's just Force of Will's more affordable. Mana Crypt's available. Nothing's gonna like skyrocket. But also, look at the stuff they're printed this year. If we go a few years with new cards and some fresher synergy and they slow the pace down, will these hold up with having, ooh, beautiful Restless Reef there. I don't know if that's worth much, but I love the art on that card. Look at that, with the little mouth in the back. Will this have been a year that, like, overall these sets get fondly remembered? You know, set boosters, as we know them, and draft boosters. Whichever this new thing resembles more in our mind will become, ooh, Stalactite Stalker, he's not worth much either, will become kind of whichever one we think the new booster less resembles will be the one that got, right? Set boosters, you know, they outsold draft boosters this year, and so Wizards decided to pull, ooh, Quintorius, not bad. That's our first, like, kind of hit, I would say. I just think that, oh, there's the art card for the full art Quintorius. Treasure Token, Ancestral Reminiscence, Malia. I do not know this card. Ward, pay 3 whenever you gain life. She explores. Then destroy all other creatures if its powers... That's corny. That's probably bad. I just think this will be an interesting year, as like something we remember will go away. And set boosters being sold more because they had so many variants, so much value. You had to find all these serialized cards. You know, they pushed the game. And a call, first among equals. The beginning of each player's end step. If an artifact, you may look at, fine, whatever. You know, I think hopefully they just learned some lessons, and hopefully we come out of this with, we can look back at this era of Magic and realize there were a ton of great cards. This has been a really fun last few years of Magic, and we're ready for a shakeup. That Abuelo is not worth much. I think we're ready for a reset button in a sense of just slower printing, less, let the power level soften a little bit and make some of these cards refresh, because then if they do that, if they let the game kind of reset in this high print to demand era and then let the game relax a little bit again and have it be healthy and it was cheap and accessible for a few years and you get a new player base going, I mean, there's a lot of good that could happen here. So let's be optimistic heading into 2024 with Magic, because, you know, it's not that the cards are bad. It's not that the company was bad. It just overprinted and it had some bad press. I mean, certainly, you know, Magic 30th, that set, another set we're not opening in this video, really put a bad taste in people's mouth all year. It was really poison. Especially in a year where some of the market factors hit the mother load. We're going to make it a hard year for Magic anyways. You know, a lot of stores closed. Stores stopped buying cards for cash. You know, all the box prices went in decline. Stuff from the last years that had started to see growth just continued to decline this year. But Roaming Throne, very nice, very cool. I believe this card is worth a little bit there, so we'll put that in our hit thing. You know, this was a year where people were still reeling from the rough end of 2022. So it'll be interesting to see. We don't know where the future is going to go. Famished Paladin, Goblin Tomb Raider, that's our list slot, and a Bloodletter of Alcazot's. Aklazot's. Ease it. If an opponent will lose life during your turn, they lose twice. Ooh, this guy is awesome. Wow. We'll put that in our hit slot. We like him. Beautiful Forest. So, you know, again, good cards, good packs. I mean, they did Jurassic Park, but we're going in head first into next year, and hopefully they learned some things, but they're also going to release Assassin's Creed and Final Fantasy, so we really don't know. Poetic Ingenuity, foil rare, probably not the one we wanted. Fabrication Foundry, I don't think is also the rare we want. And a Throne of the Grim Captain. It's also probably not a card we want, so a triple, I think that was a 3 strikes and we're out. That was a triple whiff on that set booster, but thank you for hanging in with me and just hearing me ramble about what I think of Magic in 2023. This trip down memory lane here. Warped Landscape on the list slot. What a fun little funky Commander reprint. Echoing Depths, I don't think is worth anything. That First Among Equals, I don't think. Boy, this is not a good one. But you never know. Again, like I said, this is a box where you can open Mana Crypt. Like, Mana Crypt and Force of Will were available in the boxes we opened in this video. You guys saw there was a Genji Ito foil Praetor that's even better than the first Elish Norn. You know, how can we look back on Magic and think it's all terrible with, like, what I just said to you? You know, we went back to Phyrexia, another foil rare, Deep-Root Pilgrimage. This card will probably see some play in the future. This is a Merfolk deck card, and I don't know if Merfolk are ever going to fully come back, but if we go back to Lorwyn, whenever one or more non-token Merfolk you control become tapped, make a Merfolk with Hexproof. I mean, that's how they used to do it last time we were in Ixalan. I like that foil Deeper Passage. I also like Jurassic Park Command Tower. Now that's a card. Look at that. I mean, so, you know, we can be negative, we can hate things, but as someone who loves Magic, and someone who even slowed down and had some very deep moments thinking about my investment with the game, beautiful card art too. Love that. Love that. Ooh, Lord of Atlantis. There we go. So this is one of these special guests they've been dropping in here. This is also where you can open a Mana Crypt, but very cool. Lord of Atlantis, you know, kind of that marquee card, famous in the Merfolk decks. A little rough in the quality, but our quality got better this year. And yeah, Lord of Atlantis. Wow, that's our special guest, Tyrion Soul Cleaver. So otherwise, we're whiffing a lot. Like most of these seem to not be the high profile cards we're looking for. you know, some of the new gods, some of the big dinos, some of the Inti he's rocketing right now. But let's see. There's a Shipwreck, a Molten Collapse, I don't think is anything. So, you know, we're ending, but I mean, it's an exciting set. You know, they're pulling out all the stops. Cascade is returned. We're going back to Ravnica like we went back to Eldraine. They're giving us everything. Throne of the Grim Captain is another whiff. Dire Flail's a whiff. So, you know, all in all, don't let the world get you down too much. It was definitely a tough year on the world. And we've got more challenges to come, you know. There's all kinds of things coming up in our lives, but take moments to enjoy things. Enjoy things like this, just simply opening some cards. Treasure Map, I don't think is the card. Saheeli, I think we'll see some stuff in the future. A really cheap legendary like this in these colors that has sort of a kiki-jiki effect for artifact decks. Why will that not become a $1 rare in Commander? Prove me wrong, time, but we'll see. So, anyhow, all in all, I'm filtering out how I think most of the market perspective and the noise in the Magic world has made me feel, and I'm looking at things at the end of this year saying to myself, Magic was pretty awesome this year and released a lot of great cards, a lot of product I'm really stoked to have opened. And like when I look back over the year versus say like the year prior with like Capenna and Kamigawa, Gishath, Sons of Avatar, very, very nice. That's what we're looking for. Gishath is a hot hand there, and we got Xavier Saul, Infested Captain, so not bad because we wanted to open him. But again, we'll, you know, quick as we wrap this box and hopefully find a few more goodies. You know, Doctor Who this year was still good. I think Universes Beyond, as much as it scared me going into this year, is actually proven to be pretty good, and where some of the better product design is at in Magic right now. Man, third Throne of the Grim Captain, Illustrious Wanderglove we don't need either. You know, so it makes me feel optimistic that things like Final Fantasy have the potential to be really awesome. I mean, if Final Fantasy is next year's Lord of the Rings, that would be amazing. You know, if there's suddenly a Sephiroth Planeswalker that is in Modern, you know. I know some people cringe at the idea of responding to the opponent's One Ring with Sephiroth and then following with, like, Ezio's Hidden Blade to win the game, but if they're well designed, I mean, the One Ring is an awesome Magic card, and it's fun to play, and it feels powerful. So in a way, it works. Deep Fathom Echo, I don't think is the one. But Resplendent Angel, let's take a look. Full art mythic here. 3 for 3/3, and it's an angel. At the beginning of your end step, if you gain 5 or more life, create a 4/4 token. Love it. And until end of turn, it becomes a 5/5 life. Oh, okay. Wow. So haven't seen that mythic yet, but that's probably a little bit of a hit just because it's a cool full art angel with kind of like an Aztec Mesoamerican vibe. That's probably going to have a home somewhere in the future. Hoverstone, Restless Reef, not much going, so a pretty soft box. But again, even this newest set on a soft box, we're still opening some cool cards. It's been a beautiful year. Thank you for joining me as we went through some of my favorite sets of the year. Whale from the Forgotten. Ooh, I don't know about that. Descend to 8. More of that Descend. I'm not seeing the light on Descend, everyone. Yep, but that about brings us Spine Fluke we saw before. Pirate Hat and Foil. Ooh, here's one of those gods we were looking for. Oyer Patik, Deepest Epoch. Whenever you cast an instant spell from your hand against Rebound, awesome. Flying. It's a 4/3 for 4. When it dies, return it to the battlefield tapped and transformed with 3 time counters on it. And when it comes back, you can remove a time counter from it and add blue. Very nice. Or transform it. Activate only as a sorcery if it has no time. Oh, okay. So it just becomes a land. Not bad. 4 for a 4/3 with Rebound. Not the best card ever. Not the worst card ever. But this does seem like our weakest box, and at the time of watching, this is probably the most expensive thing here we've opened, which is funny. So for a final insight on Magic, yeah, the most expensive thing here probably opened the least value of cards this close to opening. So everything is on its way down from retail prices, but shop around, keep your eyes peeled for Amazon, and remember, Magic's still great. So thank you for joining me. Here's to 2024. We'll wrap it up right in an hour, and we'll catch you in the next year with some new awesome videos. Peace.